Oh, hey team. So welcome to our first official Pretty Pennies workshop. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. I've created a little PDF on how you actually get started to figure out how much money you're spending on all of the different things. So I will get started with you on how I started categorizing my expenses, the software that I use, and all of that good stuff. I do have this in a PDF. If you think that would be useful for you, I'm happy to send it to you. So just let me know if you do want this PDF after. So number one, I use mint.com. This is the same company who sells Quicken and created QuickBooks, which is why I used it and thought it was reputable. I know QuickBooks and Quicken. So you can always also do this manually using a spreadsheet if you prefer that. So we're going to go and I'm going to show you how to do a few different things. Number one is creating a profile, super simple. Number two, downloading your accounts to mint.com. Number three, categorizing your expenses so that you can track accurately. Number four, relax a little bit. When you start doing this, it can be definitely a little bit overwhelming. So take it easy. Your budget, as with anything else worthwhile, is going to require some consistency, and you're going to have to figure out what works best for you so it doesn't have to be perfect right away. Okay, so number one, the pink circles indicate where I'm trying to get your attention. So number one, go to mint.com and sign up. So create an account using an email address and a password, like a good password, you guys. This is like very sensitive information. After you have created your account, you can add accounts. So you can actually, if you see the pink circle again, where you see add accounts, you're actually going to go in and you're going to add your checking account, your savings accounts. So TD, for example, I have a checking account, a savings account, a business account, and a credit card. So when I downloaded my TD, all of my accounts with TD downloaded into mint.com. So you're actually going to link to your TD Canada Trust, and it will download all of your information using your access card and password for TD Canada Trust. That's just an example. Obviously, you can do RBC, Scotiabank, et cetera, et cetera. And mint.com works for Canada and the United States. Okay, so once you have added as many accounts as you possibly can, there are very few banks that don't work using mint.com anymore. So hopefully you're able to add everything. What you want to do is you want to select one account. So I recommend categorizing your expenses one account at a time, because if you're looking at all 6 or however many accounts you have, it can be difficult to remember what you spent what money on because you're not sure what card it was, etc. So select one of your accounts and then click transactions at the top. Sorry, I forgot to get a screenshot of that, but you click transactions. And so when you click on that account, you're going to see all of those transactions. Maybe you don't even have to click on transactions. I'm probably wrong. So click on that account. You're going to see all the transactions, and you'll see, are they categorized correctly? So Canada LP, like I know what that is, but my computer did not know what that was. Mint.com didn't know what it was. So I have to go in and choose a category and categorize that. When you've categorized a bunch of stuff, mint.com becomes intuitive, and it will categorize your stuff for you. So it'll know what, when you shop at audible.com, and if you've put in the same category a bunch of times, it'll know next time that audible.com is, for me, a business expense. So this can take some time. This can definitely take some time. And you may not remember what you spent some money on. So just do your best to figure it out so that you can kind of understand where your money is going. I recommend I recommend going back to the 1st of September because you want to see what your cash flow looked like in September for one entire month. So you have the picture for one entire month. So I would go back to the 1st of September to categorize your expenses. So I'm going to show you right up at the very top. If you want to edit multiple transactions at the same time, it makes it very easy for you. So look at the very top where it says Shell, and it's categorized as bills and utilities. That is not actually bills and utilities. That is gas. So over here on the left side, you'll see it says, like when you're looking at your transaction, if you look right to the right of your transactions, you're going to see, if you click on one, show all Shell. So I want to see all the transactions from Shell to make sure they're all categorized correctly. So I click the checkbox at the top so that I select all of the transactions from Shell, and then I click the Edit Multiple button. Once I've clicked Edit Multiple, then I can go into the category and select gas and fuel, and then click I'm done, and it will categorize every single one of those Shell transactions as gas and fuel, which is exactly what you want. So you can edit multiple transactions at the same time. This will save you a lot of time going through your statements. Okay, after you're done categorizing, this takes the most time. Click on Trends, and you can see how much money you have spent in each category, and you can click this month. So if you look at the picture on the left, you can click this month, or you can also click last month in the drop down. So, and then if you look at the very bottom, you'll see how much money you spent in each of those categories. It may be super shocking for you, or you may be like, yeah, that's pretty much what I thought, and you'll just have to do like some tweaks here and there. So this is your number one priority when you're about to start doing a budget, is just to understand where your money is going. If you prefer not to use mint.com, you can use Excel. And if you use Excel, what you can do, if you go to the very bottom of your online banking, whether it's a credit card or a checking account or a savings account, you can go to the very bottom and you can select export. So you can export all of your transactions from all of your accounts. And you can select export as CSV, which is compatible with Excel, or you can export as XLS, which is compatible with Excel as well. And it'll be a very manual process, but it's basically the same thing. You need to go in and you need to know what your categories are: groceries, restaurant, gas and fuel, utilities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you'll need to categorize so that you can manipulate that spreadsheet and sort the data to figure out how much you're spending in each category. So if you are using Excel, I don't, but if you are using Excel, I have a couple of friends who are very good at Excel, Amanda and Christy, who are in this group, and I'll ask them for a little bit of help if that's what you want to do and you want some more detail on how to make that happen. So that is it for today. Pretty simple. It just takes a little bit of like doing. You got to sit down with your glass of wine or tea or whatever and just get it all done. I recommend going all in one shot and categorizing as much as you possibly can. So whatever questions you have, let me know. Tomorrow, we're going to play a little bit with how to start a budget.